Welcome back. So you've got your 401k or your IRA set up, but how much do you actually need to save before you can retire? On this last Monday of July, we're wrapping up our discussion, which has been going on all month, about retirement today with Nanette Graviet from Mountain America Credit Union to talk about this. So that's a big question. How much do we need? Because that's forecasting a little bit of the unknown for many of us. And I know they say, well, 70%, 75%. How do you start to calculate what you're actually going to need in retirement?
Okay, well, are you ready for this?
Yes.
The average amount that you need to retire is 10 times your final salary.
10 times your final salary?
Your final salary. So right before you retire, whatever that is, you're going to need 10 times that. So that could be a big number, right?
Sure, yeah.
So what are some ways that you can find out if you're going to get there? Well, a fabulous idea is to look at a retirement calculator. Okay, but before you start just jumping in, plugging some numbers in, you got to grab some information that you can plug into the calculator. First of all, you need to know your starting balances. Are you just starting to save for retirement? Do you have a nest egg? Is it segmented in some different spots? Gather up all those balances so you can enter that into the calculator. Then you're also going to want to know how much are you going to deposit on an annual basis. Most people deposit once a week, bi-weekly, whatever that is. So annualize that amount. And don't forget to take into account the amount that your employer matches. Right? Because that's all going to go into the pot. That's going to
So I'm looking at the calculator this morning, and I'm running my numbers, and I'm a little bit confused here. So I'm going through. Now, should you actually, when you're going through the retirement calculators, should you go through and like say, all right, well, I imagine I'm going to get a raise here or there periodically or whatever, or should you speculate, or should you just stay with what you've got right now?
You know, it's a great way to run a lot of different scenarios because there are some unknowns that are coming into your future, right? So you're going to want to plug in a bunch of different variables to give you some ideas of how that's going to shake out. I would recommend using numbers that are real for today. And then the calculator isn't just a one-time use item. You can go in and use that as your situation changes because you're going to want to make adjustments to what you're doing.
What if you realize you're not going to have enough money? It's tough. I mean, times are tight. You know, you can't necessarily maybe bump up your contribution to the 401k. What do you do if you realize you're going to be short?
Okay, well, if you're lucky enough to have enough money to retire very comfortably, great job.
Would be nice.
If you're not, don't panic. There's a few things that you can look at doing. First of all, take a look at your current budget. Are there some expenses you can cut so you can funnel some more money into that retirement account now? Because the time value of money, the more you put in now, the more you're going to have later on, okay? Look at the investments you currently have. If you have something that's in a lower yielding account, could it be moved to a higher yielding account? Keep in mind, higher yielding accounts usually equal more risk, so make sure you have time to weather that storm as well. And then maybe you said, oh, I want to retire at age 62. That's the average retirement age in the U.S., but you realize looking at that calculator, oh, that's really not going to work for me.
I'm going to work until I'm 78, aren't I?
Okay, maybe you want to adjust the time for your retirement. Maybe you're going to retire at 65 or 67. And don't forget to take into consideration other sources of retirement income, such as Social Security, other things like that that are going to help supplement.
Really good first step is that retirement calculator on Mountain America's website, macu.com, right?
macu.com.
Great stuff, Nanette. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Andrew.
it. On this Money Monday, we're getting you set to retire when you want to with the money you want to have. Lori?
All right.